Great googly moogly, guys. I got some baits to show you. Some of the hottest baits of 2025 is standing up. It's a big old donkey. But that action, that repetitive action after it hits, it's a big one. Shabam. Shabam, guys. Great googly moogly, guys. I got some baits to show you. This box right here has got some of the hottest baits of 2025. And I'm talking about tournament hot, winning baits. And they're baits that we can use. This isn't no minnow stuff. I think there is a minnow in here, but it's Florida geared, Florida stuff. What we do, what I like to do a lot of. So let's get into this box. I've been waiting to open it with you. And not only are these some of the hottest baits, a couple of the hottest bait companies, I'd say right now, that are just freaking firing all cylinders. Little scary because they're putting so much stuff out. But I mean, they're stepping their game up and putting out baits like left and right. I don't got enough room for all these baits, and I don't even buy a lot of stuff. Some of these guys buy a lot of stuff. So like I said, two of the hottest companies right now, 6 Sense and Crush City. So I know you guys know about these Crush City baits, the Bronco Bug. So one, Jacob Wheeler killed him on it down here in Florida on the chain. And then Kyle Welcher also won a tournament on the Pasquotank River and hit like monsters. So I don't know if it's the bulk of this bait or if it's just the different action. Now, when you get around big fish and they're wanting to bite, they're going to bite. But this bait definitely has a different action. And I feel like the key to fishing this bait, and let's get some, I got 4 colors in it that I felt like I'm going to be flipping with. And this is going to be a springtime deal. I got a couple months, maybe earlier. But I got black and blue. I got Candy Bug, which is basically black with purple. I don't know if there's any blue in there as well. Oh, it's black, purple, and green. And black and blue. And it's a different type of black and blue. This one is black blue, so it's black with blue glitter. And this is actually the one Kyle Welcher was using. It's called black and blue. So it's got that blue in the back and black in the front. And then I got a black and blue green pumpkin. When they get a little less fired up, things slow down, everybody's in there, just something a little different I like to throw. A little two-tone actions. Got green pumpkin on one side, the water clears up, just give them a different look. So I like to go with that color. But for me, I mean, the key to the fishing this bait, and I'm going to throw it on braid, and I'm going to be flipping around reeds, maybe grass, ½ ounce, maybe a little higher, depending, maybe even lower. 4-aught hook, flipping hook, and you're going to pitch out there, and I think it's more of a pop. Because I started doing that late, at some point a little bit later on a Popka. But you can't be in it. You can't be in the junk. Like if you're in reeds or you're in grass or you're in clumps, you can't really do that. You need to be on the edge of a reed line and popping it out. If that bait comes up and it sits, it rolls forward and then it rolls back. And that's kind of the thing with that. If you're just dragging it, you're not really going to get that. And it's not going to kick or do any of that with these legs. It's a pretty It's really not that big, to be honest with you. It's just a little floppy. Those big kickers. And what I'm saying is, and we get this pool clean, we can do some more of this. You pop, and then these big floppers are going to flop forward. And I know what you're probably saying, a lot of this water is pretty dirty. But that action, that repetitive action after it hits, and that they can feel it, they can see it's still moving forward, which most baits kind of die when they hit. I think that kind of gets them. But I've heard a lot of things that they don't hold up good. And I'll be honest, I saw some live stuff. I mean, it was like a beta fish. So I hope that's not the situation. It probably will be. But you can't not get some stuff like this that's freaking going. Like I said, that's black and blue. And then you got green pumpkin on the other side. I like that kind of alternating color. Let's check out that black blue. It's kind of confusing. There it is. And I would think this, it's kind of like that sapphire blue, kind of Kissimmee type color. I know Wheeler didn't use that down here. He was using that candy bug and black and blue a lot. But you can see that two-way, it's got that blue on the back. And I've caught them really good on like a June bug sapphire blue. See that blue in the back, black on this side. Picked up some freeloaders, gizzard shad. You know, you lose them after a few fish, they come off, and I super glue them. But picked up another pack of those. Picked up some Divine Shaky Head worms. I got two colors. Some of these colors are really hard to find. I got June Bug Red. It's a little darker than I like. I like June Bug. It's kind of that transition, that middle ground between like black and blue and like a green pumpkin. And then I got Blood Apple. And you know, the thing that's a little bothersome about 6th Sense, and I get it, they want to be unique. Their colors, you know, they don't call them. I just want to see, you know, plum apple. And I get it. They want to come out with some cool colors. But basically, a mag trick worm, I would say. But Zoom doesn't have the plum apple in that mag trick worm. But it's got the plum, the blue, and then you got the green glitter. Gives a little darker silhouette from your regular plum. And I'm going to throw this on a lot of stuff. Shaky Head, Texas rig, with a bobber stopper, possibly drop shot. I've been throwing that a lot recently. You know, you got your weight up here, your bait's up here. It's just something about it. It seems like every year I find a technique or a color that kind of starts shining. You can see you got that, you pull that, and that thing's up there. But it's been really good, even in lakes that you don't necessarily see it because they're mucky and whatever. And then Carolina, throw this on a Carolina rig. You see you got your weight and your beads here, and this is dragging back here, free weighted, floating around with that bait. And then also on a free weight. So you take this Texas rig off, Texas weight off, take the bobber stopper off, and you put one of these casting sinkers on, and it slides through a lot better. So when you're here, you cast out, this could run up here, and this bait is back here doohickeys. And then you pull it, and you're going to get it up here tighter. Pull over some brush. This weight's going to fall first, and then they say, oh. And then later your bait kind of slumbers down there. And then when they pick it up, it's weightless too. I've been throwing this a little around brush. It gets hung, it seems like, more, but I always get it out. But I hadn't been getting many bites on it. I picked up a couple other weights. This is a different version that might get you in and out of that brush or whatever cover you're fishing. It's a little longer, actually a lot longer. This is a 1/2 ounce. This is a 1/4. The eyelet's not, I was thinking it was going to be a little smaller. It's not really that much smaller than this casting weight. And you got this, you know, this V here, like kind of like a bullet weight, which my bullet weights come through pretty quick. And then, you know, your normal little drop shot weight. I'm going to see if that will slide through there without pinching up. I don't know that that gap's big enough, but for that free rig. So got those. What's this? Red bug. I mean June bug. June bug red. I don't use it a lot. Now I used it more like tannic water, but it's usually a lot more less translucent than just June bug. So I really like those. I like the shape. It's different. It tapers. It's fat, and then it tapers down some, and then it's got the little thump at the end, a little bit fatter section. Got these ribs that supposedly grab some water. Now I'll tell you, it looks like it'll trim down pretty good because it's pretty consistent in the diameter all the way through. But wanted to get some of those. I did pick up another pack of red bug and trick worms. Last year I was talking about small speed worm in red bug. This year, the regular trick worm in red bug has really been good. Just saying. Now I know you guys heard about these. The Mag Busa. We're in Florida, guys. Everything's got to be Mag, you know what I'm saying? They got a Busa. They got different sizes. I got 2 colors. I don't think, like this one's been hard to get in different colors. I don't think they had a green pumpkin, or I would have got it. I got June bug red and blood apple, but it's big. I don't know if you guys have seen these. It's a lot bigger than I thought, because Mag Trick Worm's about 7 inches, and this mofo is giant. It's big. It's big. These are, I think, supposed to be 7, so it is an inch shorter, but it's got a lot of meat on that head. There's a lot of stuff online you can see about that tail. You can see it'll come up and it just does something different, kind of like you know, a freeloader, that little pointy tail. But I mean, it's hard to keep still. It looks like a dang rattlesnake tail. But that bulky head, you know, I really wish I would have had these in June or July. But this Texas rig, free rig, shaky head is what I'm thinking. Carolina rig. I mean, that'd be dope on the back of Carolina rig coming through there. But like I said, it's big. So I don't know if that's going to be a summer deal. I mean, these worms still aren't straight, even though they got these boxes. You know, the worst thing about this, in 6 cents probably for me, is all these fancy packaging, because you pay money for them. You don't want to get rid of them, but it really is just how much of this stuff can you kind of keep in your boat, and you really don't want to just take them out and put them in bags, your bags or your Plano boxes, because like I said, you paid for that. But that's a big old donkey bait. It's a big old donkey, but man, it's sexy, dude. Look at those ribs. Woo-wee! Yeah, but definitely I'm thinking shaky head, but I don't fish a lot of hard bottom away from grass. I'm usually right near it. Wood, I think wood, that free rig, you know, with this weight sliding, Texas rig, Carolina, around grass and stuff. But man, the deal is really when this thing is standing up. So that's dope. That's dope. Last but definitely not least, the bodegas. Woo-wee! Let me know if you guys have used these, if you've tried them. I got the bigs, man. We're in Florida, 6.5. I mean, I got my creature stuff that on the smaller end I'll use. This was just unique, the size of it. It's got those straight kind of leaf, arrowhead tails. And I didn't see anything in tournaments per se, but these guys, scoping, bedding, biggins, they catching them on this. So I'm definitely going to flip this when we're around big ones, when the big ones are around, or I'm getting bigger bites. But I also like this on a free rig, throwing around brush, maybe Texas rig, bringing this through. Let's look at this bait. I got two colors. I didn't get plum apple. Now I'm kind of wishing I had because of the situation. I'm thinking about using it. I got black and blue, and then I got this green pumpkin juice. See that? It's got in there. It's got some different glitter in it. Some blue, some green, some gold. Perfect brim imitator. I wish I had had these June, July when this brim situation was phenomenal. But those legs, dude. Look at those kickles. Look at those kickers, guys. That thing sliding around with this free rig. You know, the weight sliding down here, and then this thing's hanging up on the wood, and you pull it and it kind of hovers down. I mean, that's a brim dude. That's a brim getter. But I'm going to be flipping that. When the bigs are moving in, when I think the bigs are around, we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a try. I don't know that I've seen many people flipping it. They were offshore. They were out. They knew fish were right there. But, I mean, it's a big one, guys. I mean, look at that thing right there. It's a lot bigger. This thing is probably 4 inches, a little less. It says 4 inches. But it's kind of small. But that's a lot bigger. But the big ones is different. It's different. And it's got so much bendability. But I'm really thinking when you got brim and there's a brim situation, wood offshore, and I think this also could be the deal on a Carolina rig, guys. Got that here. But, you know, sometimes they don't hit this big stuff. And a lot of my thinking right now is, you know, when you're fishing around areas, isolated, offshore cover that have a lot of bait, the less action you have is kind of better because you get all those brim kind of biting on your bait and pulling on it. But kind of excited about that bait. And shell beds for sure. I know I've seen it on Nico rig with this, and Nico rig with this. You get that Nico rig here, the weight there, and you're dragging it so it's standing up. Shabam. Shabam, guys. So, got some baits. I wanted to share them with you. I've been wanting to use them and get out there, and I hadn't. Like, let's just compare real quick. Sometimes they're just not on big stuff, though. And you can see that little trick worm, and gosh, look at that color, how nice that red bug is and translucent. But definitely a difference in size. I'm thinking it was a 6 1/4, 7, and then 8. So these may just be summertime deal, but the bigs get active in the springtime down here sometimes, and they want it bigger. Seems like changes every year, but that's it, guys. I just wanted to show you, if you hadn't seen them, if you hadn't heard of them, if you hadn't seen them really in person, and I know this isn't person, but gives you a better idea of what's going on and let you know. We'll keep you posted. We get in and get them, try some of these. I'm usually a little reluctant. I'm getting less. I don't like, I put them in the vault and I don't want to use them, but we're going to get some of this stuff out. And I really have wanted to get that on a free rig around some of this isolated cover offshore. But, you know, you don't want to waste time. You tend to run to your go-to baits. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope some of this helps you. It's good information for you. And we will see you next time. Hit that like and subscribe on BMass Fishing. We out.